I've been eating a lot of cheeseburgers this week. I really have. But I'm trying to stay on top of things because next week is Thanksgiving and I'm going to be taking most of the week off, at least from the YouTube side of things. I'm probably not going to be showing all the stuff we're making for Thanksgiving at the house because everybody's going to be doing that and you're going to see a billion turkeys. I will tell you that the plan is to air fry a turkey. We've done that the last few years. Those have been really good. And then I'm going to smoke a turkey also. And for my dessert contribution, I purchased a bourbon pecan pie from Palmetto Bake Shop, which I'm really excited about. So that's going to be my contribution this year to Thanksgiving. And I'll let y'all know how that pie turns out. Now, today, we're going to keep this burger ranking going. We've been on a roll this week. 2 burgers cracking into the top 5 this week. Shout out to those establishments. And this was another recommendation. This is Holy Smokin in downtown Florence on Dargan Street in the historic district. And this is the awesome burger. And I was told specifically that it is awesome. And you know what? I would expect as much. I forgot that I got okra. I'm not disappointed by that, but I just forgot that I did it. And maybe I shouldn't have done that because burger and fries go together. Maybe it's not fair to these rankings, but it's too late now. We got fried okra, which is what I wanted to do. I wanted a break from the french fries. Now, as I was saying, I was told the burger is awesome. I would expect nothing less. Holy Smokin was a 2023 Best Restaurant Downtown winner. We've got greens, tomato, pimento cheese, bacon, fried onion ring. And it's called a smash burger, but yet again, I know I'm nitpicking on this, but it's not really a smash burger in the sense that you would think of. Not to say they might not have taken the press, say, well, we did smash it, we took the press. I understand that, but the smash burger truly is paper thin, caramelized meat on the edges, even though it's not actually it's caramelized. It's really not caramelized, but the crispy texture to the edges, very paper thin, usually with salt and pepper, a lot of times an onion placed on there. And so, barbecue. I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm sorry. There's light barbecue sauce on here too. All right, brioche bun, looking nice. Holy Smokin's awesome burger. Find out. A bit of that smoky flavor that you would anticipate from a place called Holy Smokin. Try this ground beef by itself. See the black pepper on there. Okay. Lightly salted and peppered, but it's detectable. I would say, yeah, that's almost perfect. It's not overly salted. See, this has come up. No, you don't want overly salty, but your meat should be salted and peppered or seasoned if you prefer with something else. That is very nice. Very well done. The okras, nothing special about it. Doesn't need to do anything special. It just needs the okra, and that it does. I came really close to getting their deviled eggs, and I didn't. I was like, that's going to be too much. The word I would use for this burger is textbook. I would say this is a textbook cheeseburger for what they're trying to do. It's exactly what you would expect. The mixed greens choice, it was unique. That's a little bit different. But aside from that, when you look at the ingredients list for this burger, it's exactly what you would expect it to be. And I think I already know exactly where I'm going to rank it. I'm not 100% sure yet. You always got to finish it because sometimes things shift and change, and I got to actually look at the list to be sure. So, yeah, we might get some content done through the first of the week. Come Wednesday, I'm shutting it down. Thanksgiving is, like many of y'all probably, my favorite holiday of the year. My favorite time of the year is this time of the year. And so come Wednesday, I have to shift all of my focus and attention to cooking, food preparation, setting the mood, all of that. And then you've got Thursday's game day, the big day, the Super Bowl of eating and food. And then you've got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is leftovers and football days. So we got Carolina and Clemson this week, that week, excuse me. And let's talk about that for just a second while we finish this up and rank Holy Smokin's burger. Because we haven't talked about it in a while since we did the Lenore Sellers jersey giveaway. And shout out to Savannah May. She was the winner of the jersey. What I would say for our hometown guy, Mr. Sellers, is, for one, he just got SEC Player of the Week. He's got Freshman of the Week a couple of times recently. And he's had some lumps and bumps along the way. But Carolina fans often tend to be unrealistic, perhaps even delusional, perhaps. When you really look at everything this season, my takeaway would be this. There's probably 3 key points. One, you got to look at Lenore Sellers and say that he's had a good progression So the mistakes, the lumps and bumps, turnovers, hold the ball too long, any of that stuff. This is a young guy that was in high school a couple years ago that's now leading one of the biggest programs in the country. I mean, South Carolina's a pretty big program. All the SEC programs are. He's seeing some of the most talented competition week in and week out. And I would say from that standpoint, with that in mind, he's developing really fast. I mean, he's doing really well. He's growing. It's very encouraging for this year and the future. Then our defense, and if you can't tell, yes, I'm a South Carolina guy. I went to South Carolina. I spent a chunk of my childhood in Columbia. If you didn't know that part, you've probably gathered it by now. Our defense has overachieved in comparison to what many of us thought they would be. Obviously, Kyle Kennard, Dylan Stewart have been as billed and more. And the team's shown a lot of resilience, too. I mean, it would have been very easy after the LSU game and the Ole Miss game, and I'm about to talk about that as the third thing here in a second, to become dejected and lethargic. No, these guys turned it on. So close to beating Alabama. Unfortunate that didn't get done. But even in the Missouri game, it's like a micro view of what's going on really this whole season, is it would have been easy to mail it in after that last touchdown in the fourth quarter. They come back and win the game. A lot of resilience. You got to take your hats off to the coaching staff, starting with Shane Beamer, of course. Clayton White. Many might have thought I may or may not have made a comment myself to a client a few months ago that Clayton White may be on the hot seat. I think he's pretty secure at this exact point in time. And the third thing, the unfortunate thing, is the LSU game. There was 2 penalties. One was that pass interference call. I forgot who was calling that game, but whoever it was announced and even said, I mean, he literally said, like, well, you don't really see that call much. Then on the pick 6, the Nick Emanwari pick 6, who, by the way, went to my old school in Columbia. I did attend Irmo. But yes, he had the pick 6, and it gets called back because of the, unnecessary roughness. It was ridiculous. So that was a season-defining moment. Now, possible that if we do win out, we win tomorrow, and then we are able to beat Clemson, which is not going to be an easy game at all. There is a path where that situation could be reconciled, and you do see the South Carolina Gamecocks in the first ever 12-team college playoff, which would be phenomenal. I mean, nobody realistically anticipated that at the beginning of the year. Some of us thought that it could be possible if everybody performs. Well, they have, and then some, and we're one penalty call away from being in the playoff ranking currently. Right now, we're 18th. There's a lot of things that have to happen. There's a lot of moving parts to all that. But nonetheless, great season for the Gamecocks and a great season for Lenora Sellers. Really excited about what's going on in Columbia. Now, with that said, let's rank this burger, shall we? Now, I'm pretty sure I've got a decent read on this. Again, for me, and mind you, this is just a collection of my opinions. What would I do in these situations? And let me just say that this burger is going to go in this category right here. And then it comes down to which one would I most frequently go out of my way to purchase and consume. And I think that it's fitting, especially because of their location, that it seems most comparable to Bird's Nest. It actually does. And I'm going to go ahead and rank this. There's no need to stall much. Where I thought it was at early on in the burger is indeed where that remained. For me, the Holy Smokin burger is going to be our new 7th place burger. So I do have it just a notch above the Bird's Nest burger. Again, everything was textbook. There's nothing that really leaps out to you about it, but everything is done with precision and accuracy according to how it's written up in the textbook. So the brioche bun, solid. Not extraordinary like some of the other ones we've had, but solid. The ground beef patty, the burger itself, for me, actually, that was one of the most well-rounded in terms of the seasoning. It was salted, it was peppered. I could have done a little bit more pepper, but that's a personal preference thing. I'm a black pepper guy. But no, it was textbook. Really, it was. It wasn't too much, but it was present, and it wasn't underdone. So, yeah, solid. I would say if I'm downtown, so let's say I was at Jesse's place downtown, and I walked out and said, I'm going to get a cheeseburger right now, and I've got Bird's Nest to my left, and I've got Holy Smokin to my right. I'm going to go over to Holy Smokin to get the burger. Just by an edge. Not a whole lot of separation. If somebody said to me, hey, I don't want to go to Holy Smokin, I just ate there yesterday, I want to go to Bird's Nest, I'm not going to have any trouble with pivoting over and getting the Bird's Nest burger. It's not going to bother me that much. Where there's such a degree of separation that you're like, man, I really wanted to go over here. But that is the one I would choose. So there you have it. In our new 7th place position, Holy Smokin, great recommendation. That was another item that I haven't eaten until today, and I was pleased with it. It was good. So again, I'm going to try to get a little bit more content out before we go on the break. Once we hit Thanksgiving, We'll take the rest of that week off and then plan to get back at it the following Monday. We've got some exciting stuff lined up. I'm really excited about the direction of this channel, the type of content that we can put out. There's a little bit of something for everybody. And with that said, I really do appreciate y'all's viewership. Somebody sent a gift to my office the other day, and so just stuff like that I really appreciate. I'll actually acknowledge that on the Facebook page once I try it. I haven't opened it up yet. And they didn't leave their name, so I don't know who it was. So I got to just put that out there in the public to see if I could find whoever did it and thank them. So really excited about the community, you know, this building and growing and just the fellowship around food and everything that's happening here. With that said, I look forward to seeing y'all around. But in the meantime, y'all take care. And as always, God willing, we'll see you on the next video.